Hello, a blusterous and boisterous first week of October. Some very gusty winds likely, especially so on Wednesday. The big picture shows high pressure nearby. It's brought many areas a fine day on Monday, but weather fronts are gathering up to the northwest and they will introduce cloud and more rain as they push southwards during the course of Tuesday. But at the same time, we need to keep our eyes on what's going on behind me. Out in the Atlantic, this little ripple on the weather front doesn't look much, but if we put the jet stream on, fast-moving ribbon of air high up in the atmosphere, you can see it's pretty lively at the moment. So what that is going to do is pick up this little ripple and intensify it, spin it up into an area of low pressure that's likely to whiz across the UK during Tuesday night and Wednesday. Because it's developing, because it's intensifying, because of the speed of that jet, there was going to be question marks about exactly where it goes and exactly how deep it becomes, which has a knock-on effect on the wind speeds, but it's definitely one we need to keep a very close eye on. More on that in just a moment. Let's go through the rest of the week because that low soon zips out of the way, and then we're left with reasonably tightly packed isobars, a blustery westerly wind which will continue to feed showers in across the UK during Thursday and Friday. Okay, let's rewind the pressure pattern and go through the week day by day. These weather fronts pushing south on Tuesday, bringing some heavy rain. There is a Met Office yellow warning in place across parts of western Scotland for that rainfall through the night. But it should clear from here during Tuesday. Brighter skies developing for Scotland and Northern Ireland as the rain lingers over northern England and much of Wales through the day. The far southeast and East Anglia probably staying dry and bright and really quite warm here. A bit of October sunshine, could see highs of 19, perhaps even 20 Celsius. Feeling cooler than Monday through the central slice with the outbreaks of rain as the winds start to strengthen. And speaking of the winds, here comes that area of low pressure we saw at the start. As I said, it's intensifying as it approaches the UK. The isobars popping out of it. So that is why we are a little concerned about the intensity of this low and the strength of the winds as it moves its way through. These weather fronts will also be bringing more heavy rain across Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England. Some really bright colours there. A band of rain zipping across England and Wales. And it should move through fairly smartly to then reveal brighter skies for most come Wednesday afternoon with sunny spells, but also some blustery showers. Those winds making it feel cooler than those temperatures would suggest. Speaking of the winds, there is a Met Office yellow warning in place as that weather system moves through. But remember, it is intensifying as it approaches the UK, so there's always going to be a fair bit of uncertainty about just how strong the winds are. We have a broad yellow warning in place with gusts of 55 to 65 miles an hour that could cause some disruption. But if that low is a little more intense, well, that could generate more significant winds, say 70 to 80 miles an hour over a smaller area for sure. So it is something we need to keep a close eye on over the next 24 hours. Keep up to date with the warnings through the Met Office app or the website. That low pressure though is moving through, and then as we saw earlier, plenty of isobars still on the chart for Thursday, and weather fronts bringing in bands of showers really from the west. So particularly western Scotland being peppered by showers on Thursday, but also plenty, I suspect, for Northern Ireland, moving through into Wales and Northern England. Notice not many showers across southern parts. Areas here may well have a dry and a bright day on Thursday. Not as windy as Wednesday either, but still a fairly brisk breeze, but still temperatures will be in the mid to high teens. By the time we get to Friday, it's a similar story. There's a large area of high pressure, but that's to the south and being pushed further away by low pressure to the north, plenty of isobars and another weather front bringing another band of showery rain southwards. So again, not lasting too long. It'll move through on that brisk winds, but we will see another band of rain sinking south. Again, though, you'll notice probably not much rain across parts of the southeast, where we'll see some brightness at times, and temperatures again generally around or a touch above average in the mid to high teens. But again, feeling cooler because of the strength of the wind. Into the weekend, still a few days away, of course, but there is a little bump in the isobar suggesting a bit of a ridge, but there's another area of low pressure lurking behind that as well. So it may turn drier for a time, but there's probably going to be more wet weather on the way at some point through the weekend. If you've got plans for the weekend, make sure you stay up to date. And as I said, please keep up to date with those Met Office weather warnings over the next couple of days.